This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
And right now at 6:30, there is a new study that may have you thinking twice about where you take your next selfie. The lengths people are going for the perfect picture of yourself and the consequences that there could be just ahead.
And viral claims of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's home being vandalized continue to swirl. So we set out to verify, did it happen and was it covered up? That's just ahead.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
Oh man, that's some funny stuff. Unofficially dubbed National Mean Girls Day because it's October 3rd. And it's Wednesday. And of course you're supposed to wear pink, right? And I didn't.
I missed the memo.
I don't even think
sorry,
about it.
just
Darn
not.
it. I'm saving it for the 12th of the month, October, of course.
There we go.
National
I'll wear
Month.
pink for our.
We're going to blow it out that
That's
day.
right.
You know that. Brooks Baptiste will explain that whole thing coming up in just a minute.
All right, though. First, we want to check in with your storm expert meteorologist, Mike Prangley, for a look at your forecast. It's Wednesday, which means the weekend is almost here, and we like to look way ahead to the weekend quite often. Hey,
Oh,
Mike.
yeah. Hey, the weekend is looking terrific. All right. We got the Datto Pepper Festival. We'll talk more about that coming up in 5 minutes. But let's get you out the door, and we've got a nice change. Yes, we're not dodging all of the rain or any heavy rain out there for once. So a nice wake-up call, and we really appreciate you waking up with us. David, Vitas Healthcare, we appreciate you out there. All right, so have a great day at work. We're going to make this a great one. We're waking up to 76 degrees, a north wind. We've got these ocean breezes blowing in. We've only seen a very lonely shower, like 6 drops in the windshield up in Glenn County. Otherwise, it's been dry, and notice a lot of sunshine as high pressure controls our weather today. That storm zone is going to be well to the south and west of us. So as we look at this future cast, nice and clean, almost an impeccable precision cast today. So outside of a morning sun shower, mainly dry, nice breezes. Notice we start at 70, 86 by noon, and a nice dry drive home, including the kids. Nice bike riding weather getting home from school. Jaguars and Chiefs. We're already thinking ahead to the weekend, right? Well, in Kansas City, heavy rain now looking likely for the big game. Temperatures in the upper 60s. But Katie, yeah, nothing's going to slow down our Jaguars. How's it looking in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center?
Nah, they're going all the way the road to Atlanta. They're going to be in the Super Bowl this year, y'all. Let's take a look over here towards the Buckman Bridge. Not the sight that I want to see over here, seeing already these delays kind of forming, and that's because we've gotten reports of 2 crashes along the Buckman Bridge. Now, before you panic, according to Florida Highway Patrols, it looks like they're both kind of in the shoulder, but you've got, of course, onlooker delays, and that adds to the congestion that we already see at this time of the morning, and that's why you see all those brake lights. So we're hearing one is kind of near where you have that hump there on the bridge, and the other one is closer to San Jose, and they're both on the southbound side. That's the side that leads you into the Mandarin area. Unfortunately, the heavier side for this time of the morning. So I'll keep watching that bridge for you. Still seeing some delays on 295 northbound because of a crash that happened earlier near Commonwealth. Lanes are clear, but the left shoulder there is blocked. And of course, you have a little bit of an onlooker delay, a little rubbernecker delay there as well. So if you're driving on 295 northbound past Commonwealth, build in some extra time for yourself. Your routes in from the beach, though, Atlantic Beach, JTB, no reports of any crashes there. Those are traveling up to speed.
So how far would you go to take that perfect selfie? A recent study shows worldwide more people have died trying to take a selfie each year than people who have died from shark attacks annually. Crazy, but not surprising. 259 deaths worldwide from October 2011 to November of 2017. Now, the study was published by the Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care. So the question is, why are people risking their lives for the perfect selfie? Well, UNF psychology professor Tracy Alloway says it's because of a direct tie between social media and narcissism.
That is now how we process information. We engage with the moment by sharing it with someone, by connecting and saying, I'm looking at the sunset. I want to share it with all my followers and all my friends on social media too.
Okay, so this is sad, but clearly necessary. The study concludes that no selfie zone should be posted in tourist spots with mountain peaks, tall buildings, and over bodies of water.
Wow. Yeah, probably smart advice there. A tight race in Georgia for the governor's mansion. Landmark Communications released its latest poll between Republican Brian Kemp and Democrat Stacey Abrams. Kemp is in the lead right now. 48% of respondents say they'd vote for Kemp. Abrams not too far behind with 46%. 3% of Georgians say they are still undecided on who they'd vote for. And in a brand new poll done by Mason-Dixon Polling and Strategy, the race is tighter for the Florida governor's race now. Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum with 45%, former Congressman Ron DeSantis 44%, a dead heat. Undecided is still at 8%, and others now at 3%.
Our Verify team is here to set the facts straight about the things that you see online. Check out what Rockville viewer Laura Mitchell sent our way.
There's a social media post going around today that says that Brett Kavanaugh is in hiding and that his home has been vandalized with graffiti and that there are protests out in front of his home. Could you verify this, please? I really don't want to spread any fake news.
Well, thanks, Laura. We're on it. So we found other posts sharing this claim. One headline saying vandalism caused $11,000 in damage to Kavanaugh's Pennsylvania home. But that post is from a satirical site, America's Last Line of Defense, that literally describes itself as information you should not trust. As for the whereabouts of the Kavanaugh family, maybe they're home, maybe not. But our researchers did a reverse image search of that viral photo proving this vandalism isn't at Kavanaugh's home. This picture originates from a 2016 article about a house vandalized and graffitied in response to the owner having a city tree cut down in Ontario, Canada. So we can verify false this viral image circulating on the internet. It's not Brett Kavanaugh's home vandalized by protesters.
All right, so if you have something you'd like us to verify, send us an email at verify.firstcoastnews.com.
I love Verify. All right, 36 minutes past the hour. So Delta now says Hurricane Florence delivered a multi-million-dollar hit to its bottom line. The airline says canceled flights from last month's hurricane cost about $30 million. Delta also says it's dealing with fuel prices that have risen 35% just within the last year.
And the hurricane may have put brakes on car sales. Major automakers say sales fell 7% in September compared to a year ago September. A sales analyst for Ford says Florence was almost certainly the factor there.
An insurance giant with offices here in Jacksonville plans to cut 100 jobs before the Christmas holiday. State Farm will lay off 100 employees at its Southside location on Bay Meadows Way. That's set to happen November 30th. Another 50 people will be let go from its Tampa Operations Center. Well, Amazon here in Jacksonville is now hiring. Yesterday, the company announced it's raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour. The company says the move will benefit more than 350,000 full-time, part-time, and seasonal workers.
Hey, everybody, let's go racing. Woo! All right, let's throw out the green flag and check out some new rules for the 2019 NASCAR season, folks. They're ending restrictor plates beginning at Talladega next season, then Daytona 2020. Now, we could get really excited about potentially seeing a car going 500 miles per hour. No, not so fast. There are actually other tech changes that will actually make the cars go slower and have less horsepower. New spoilers and other additions will increase the drag. So they hope a reduction in horsepower actually mean more strategy and better races.
It's now 38 minutes past the hour. You're going to want to hear this one. Next on GMJ, a few changes for our local beaches. What you'll need to know, that's coming up right here in just 3 minutes. And folks, it's comedy night on ABC 25. Beginning at 8, it's the Goldbergs, American Housewife, Modern Family, and Single Parents. Then the network's new drama, A Million Little Things, is set to happen at 10. And be sure to stay with us for your late local headlines. That's at 11.
Well, folks, it's another sign that summer is ending and fall is here. At least a sign in Florida. Atlantic Beach no longer being patrolled by lifeguards officially. If you're at the beach and need help in Atlantic Beach, you got to call 911. Now, we did check in with Jax Beach. The lifeguards there will be in their chairs and on the sand as long as the weather stays warm. Of course, they work 365 days a year. But good news for dog lovers, Jax Beach, you are now allowed to have your dog back in the sand anytime from now until the end of May. A wonderful dog loving season back on the beach, but the city wants you to remember you have to keep your dogs on the leash at all times. So much fun, though. All right, Katie, Mike, together with some weather and traffic. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, big high five for that. Another one.
Yes.
Boom. All right, good dog walking weather out there at the beach today. We've got these very little sun showers, I'm calling them, to start this morning for sunrise 721. We take a look at radar, and Yeah, these showers are maybe a half-mile wide, trying to hold together. They've been weakening by the time they move toward the coastline. So right now, Duval County, St. Johns County, maybe a few drops on the windshield heading out, but nothing like we've seen the last couple of mornings. In fact, Arlington Heights, my school of the day, plenty of sunshine, good kickball weather at recess. We'll start at 72, a beautiful high of 88. Now, a little spice for the weekend. Yeah, we're going to still be nice and hot out there, upper 80s to near 90, but notice just an isolated storm on Sunday, Saturday, looking dry and looking great for the Dattle Pepper Festival. I'm one of the judges, some really good eating. St. Johns County Extension, Silver Fox will be out there along with Jessica Clark as well.
Can't say it. I don't think I've ever had a dattle pepper before. Sounds interesting. Let's take a live look out here towards 295 near Commonwealth. It looks like they've been able to move those cars that were kind of in that really tight shoulder area, so you shouldn't see many more delays along 295 northbound past Commonwealth for much longer, since they've now been able to move those cars. If you're traveling on I-10, though, it is starting to get heavy. That typical bottleneck between 295 and downtown, you're looking at about 7 minutes now and growing. We also got a report of a crash, Dunn Avenue, that on-ramp from Dunn Avenue onto 95 southbound, but no lanes are blocked. It looks like that one is off to the side.
Thanks for that, guys. Well, just ahead of your power block of nonstop news, a local restaurant is set to reopen following a deadly mass shooting there in August.
Good morning, I'm Lana Harris. JSO and police in Tampa are investigating after a kidnapping victim from Tampa reportedly turned up here in Jacksonville at a club last night, handcuffed and injured. We'll tell you what we know so far coming up in your power block of nonstop news.
It's time now for your power block of nonstop news.
And you for you now at 6:45. The Australian government will remove a controversial sales tax on women's sanitary products. Now, women have argued the 10% tax is unfair since some male items and sunscreen are exempt from taxes. The tax will be removed on January 1st of 2019 after the approval of the Australian state and territory when those lawmakers are secured. That's 4 months before the next election there. And in other news on this Wednesday morning, a bizarre find following a 911 call out to a northwest Jacksonville neighborhood.
Yeah, so once on scene, police found a man already in handcuffs and beaten up pretty badly. Lana Harris is live just ahead with the details there. Apparently this man was kidnapped out of Tampa. So a lot to that story to unfold. Families in Ortega got quite the surprise as well as FBI investigators swarmed into their neighborhood. On your side's Cameron Leppinger is in Ortega live this morning. And Cam, we're hearing this investigation is surrounding an accused sexual predator.
That is correct, Lewis. We're now learning more about that intense FBI investigation that happened yesterday afternoon in this Ortega neighborhood along Apache Avenue. We're told FBI agents were here to arrest James Butler. Take a good look at his mugshot. Police say that he was arrested for producing child pornography, and we also know that Butler is no stranger to sex crimes. In fact, 2 years ago, he was released from prison after serving 11 years for attempted sexual battery on a minor. Now, here's the backstory to yesterday's arrest. Back in May, federal agents executed a search warrant at a north side home where Butler lived at the time. Now, according to the criminal complaint, Butler was living with 6 other men who were also registered sex offenders. Now, on the same day, Butler was arrested for violating his probation by possessing pornography on his cell phone. Now, after being released in August, Butler went to live with his mother here in Ortega. Now, since then, the FBI continued with their investigation, and earlier this week on Monday, the feds discovered that Butler was in fact involved with producing child pornography. Now, on that same cell phone, investigators found multiple pornographic videos and pictures of a minor. Again, Butler is now being charged with producing child pornography, and he's set to go before a federal court judge on October 9th. For now, reporting live in Ortega, Cameron Leppinger, First Coast News, on your side.
Good morning, I'm Lana Harris, and I'm standing outside of JSO with a kidnapping to report. Scary situation. The man who was reportedly kidnapped is in his 30s, and JSO says when they found him, he was handcuffed and he had multiple injuries to his face. So we've got some video for you here of what that scene looked like last night. We're told the victim is cooperating with police. He told detectives he was held captive in the Ice Lounge Club in northwest Jacksonville on Tuesday. that he was able to call 911 at a location a few streets away. Now, Tampa police say they are investigating a related incident reported last night at the Cypress Sheraton in Tampa, where, get this, witnesses reported a man getting driven away in an aggressive manner. And neighbors here in Jacksonville watched as the homicide unit raided Ice Club Lounge with weapons drawn and canines at the ready. Listen to this.
Basically looked like they was out here trying to, like something was gonna go down. They was ready for whatever. They had ARs, they had anything you could think of, they had it. They was vested up, they was ready to go in the building.
Now, JSO says that no one was found in that lounge when they went in. Both agencies are now investigating, and there have not been any arrests announced as of yet, but we'll keep an eye on this for you. Here outside of JSO, I'm Lana Harris. First Coast News on your side.
6:49 is your time. President Trump spent his Tuesday night in Mississippi getting laughs from the crowd as he openly mocked Christine Blasey Ford, who claims that Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her while drunk at a high school party in the early 80s.
How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know.
And while his son, Don Jr., denied the president was mocking her, her attorney sending this scathing tweet calling President Trump's remark a vicious, vile, and soulless attack, going on to say that he is a profile in cowardice. Blasey Ford's team is now saying they've sent letters and emails to the FBI with no response, calling the situation, quote, inconceivable, demanding to speak to the agents in charge. Overnight, the New York Times releasing a 1983 letter from Kavanaugh to his prep school friends ahead of a trip to the beach, saying, quote, warn the neighbors that we're loud, obnoxious drunks. As we inch closer to that Friday deadline for the FBI investigation, sources are now telling ABC News it could be done sooner, possibly as early as today.
Good morning. Yes, up and over that Wednesday hump we go. You are awesome. You're going to have a great day out there. We're waking up to 71 in Jacksonville, beautiful in Brunswick, 68 degrees as we look at a different kind of morning story. Okay, yes, we've got dissipating showers as they move toward the coastline. In fact, we got to zoom way in on this 1 mile wide shower. It'll try to give you a few drops toward Atlantic Beach, but likely staying, one of those showers that make it one part of Atlantic Boulevard wet and the other stays dry. Okay, so it's not about umbrella weather today. A sun shower to start and more sunshine this afternoon. It wins out as we dry out. Nice breezes, sunglasses for the dry drive home. Temperatures reaching the mid to upper 80s. Still above average. We should be at 83 this time of year. A forecast high of 88. Jacksonville could still hit 90 out toward Gainesville and Lake City. The tropics. We watch the Caribbean this time of year. A 30% chance of development, but that's over the next 5 days. We've got several days to watch it. If something does develop, likely not impacting us, possible tropical impacts not until Wednesday through Friday of next week. And elevated tides, maybe some heavier showers and some gusty winds. But if there's good news while you were sleeping, the bullish model with possible development, not showing any closed or organized circulation as we head into even later next week. But we will see an increase in rain either way. We take a look at that 7-day forecast as a result. Plenty of sunshine through the weekend. Looking good for that Dattle Pepper Festival, Katie.
Thank you, Mike. We're in the Vice Credit Union Traffic Center. Let's get right to it out there. So it is very heavy right now crossing the Buckman Bridge, especially on the side taking you towards Mandarin. Heavier than normal. You've got congestion and you've got some accidents out there, but those accidents are actually off in the shoulders. But you so much as sneeze on the Buckman Bridge and you're going to see a delay. So you've got onlooker delay here from both of these accidents. One of them is actually on the bridge. Looks like it's near the hump of the bridge. The other one is near San Jose, both on that southbound side. And like I said, both in the shoulder areas, but you're still seeing a delay there going across the bridge. It's about 18 to 20 minutes from Blanding to I-95, and that is building at this point. So make sure you're giving yourself extra time to cross the Buckman this morning. They have since been able to move the crash along 295 northbound near Commonwealth, but you're still seeing a little bit of a residual delay here, 12 minutes from I-10 up towards New Kings Road. I-10 just heavy. It's that time of the morning, 10 minutes from 295 towards downtown. Over here towards kind of this bottleneck near State Road 9B and 295, about 10 minutes from 95 up towards Beach Boulevard. So that's building in, and of course traffic building in on 95 as well.
Thank you, Katie. At 6:53, after that deadly mass shooting in August here in Jacksonville, Chicago Pizza is reopening its doors. They'll reopen Friday. Of course, you remember a gamer opened fire during the Madden tournament, August 26. 11 people were shot, 2 were killed. The restaurant is now expected to open 11 o'clock Friday morning.
And here's a quick reminder for you on this Wednesday morning. Election Day is November 6th, and you must be registered by October 9th to have your voice heard. And by the way, that is next Tuesday.
Here's a reminder for you that a nationwide test of the Emergency Alert System, the EAS, will happen this afternoon. The message is coming to your phone, too, and it's going to say, quote, Presidential Alert. This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed. Again, it is just a test. You cannot opt out of this alert either, and it happens at 2:18 p.m., so be on the lookout.
So just in case you didn't know, today is National Coffee with a Cop Day, and officers will be all over the city ready to meet you. So there's 2 events for the Clay County Sheriff's Office from 8 to 10 this morning. They're going to be at Crazy Bean Coffee out in Fleming Island. Then from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, they'll be at the Starbucks. That's on Blanding Boulevard out in Orange Park. So take the opportunity to meet your local law enforcement.
All right, 4 chances to hang with some St. Johns County deputies, including at Carolinas Elementary School, and the St. Augustine Beach Police will hang out at Kookaburra as well. And the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office hitting all of its zones this morning, and they're starting in just a few minutes as well. So get your cup of coffee ready and go hang out and meet the local law enforcement.
All right, guys, it is time for the buzz, and maybe you're picking out the outfit for work or school. But I need you to think about what day it is first, because there's only one color to wear.
Talking to Aaron more and more. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
2 weeks later,
on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
All right, so I'm sure many of you know all of those lines because it is an iconic day for being girls lovers. Now, if you're like the plastics, you'll probably be wearing pink. And if you're like me and you don't wear pink, you'll probably be personally victimized at work. I'm just saying. All right, guys, so here's what we want you to do. We want you to send us those pictures and GIFs that if you're making the cultural movement from the movie that's been quoted since 2004, use that hashtag GMJ or tag us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll be sure to share all of those photos all morning long on our official pages.
All right, Brooks, thanks so much. Last check of the weather traffic before we go this morning.
Hour by hour, looking good. Some nice weather. All right, temperatures mid to upper 80s. Only a morning sun shower. Great for the drive home and good for all those evening plans. And we keep the sunshine going all the way through the weekend. Watching the tropics, maybe some increased rain by later next week.
And getting you guys out the door, look towards the Buckman Bridge, but not the greatest at the moment if you're heading over towards the Mandarin area. The accidents, though, on the bridge, they're actually not even blocking any lanes. They're in the shoulders, but you've got rubber deckers. Everybody has to look at it when they drive by, and that slows everybody down.
Isn't that wonderful? Take a look.
All right, so before we get out of here, the Florida Times Union and Bold City Brewing, they asked who the best TV anchor is in Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, you voted, and the winner is Lou Turner.
Speech.
Yes, go for it.
It's just a big thank you, because I'm standing and sitting next to 5 people who are every bit as good, if not better than me. So I sincerely appreciate the opportunity. It's very cool, and thank you for voting.
All right, I think it's turning red, and I like it.
Thank you very much.
There we go. There it is there. So congratulations, Louis Turner. Thank you guys out there for voting. We really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Sorry if you're on the Buckman. That's just how life goes.
Yeah.
But a cool down is on the way.
It
Kind of,
is.
sort of.
Yeah. Enjoy the day.
We'll see you back here in 30 minutes. Be safe.